Okay, guys, so we are here again. I'm sorry for maybe uploading this time, and I'm also sorry for not bringing the very beginner knowledge to you people. You can find it right in the description. But for now, we are just going to be creating our HTML boilerplate and writing our first line of code in HTML, saying hello world to HTML. That's just it. So I'm super excited to do this recording, and I hope that you guys will be able to at least stick around to the very end. Okay, so let's get straightly into the computer and get things running. So firstly, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you a file that you will find in the video description. Everything is going to be typed out in the video description. You can go there and read. It will tell you more about HTML and tell you blah 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 and all of those things. Then, you know, I think there are things that more professional don't have patience to teach, but I'm saying this to you. If you go there and read it, I'm going to teach everything while I'm creating this, but it's actually almost like the theory aspect, but I'm just showing you the entire practical. So by you reading what is in the description, it's just like a full theory for you. Okay, so you can check the description, the video description, you'll find it there. So first, what I'm going to do here, I'm going to create one folder. If you don't know how to create a folder, I'm sorry, this video is not for you. You need to go take computer for beginner or some basic computer for dummy course. You need to go and take it and then see how best you can be able to work with yourself. So I'm going to name the folder HTML quickly. Going to name the folder HTML and say 001 to the folder and save the folder. This is our folder HTML 001. Okay, so the next thing we need is we need Notepad. Okay, so Notepad is our next tools. So we're going to come here. I'm using Windows 11. So if you are using any other Windows version, or you are using Mac, or maybe Ubuntu or Linux, feel free to just follow what I'm doing, and then there will be slight differences. But if you catch any hard time, you can drop me a comment and I'll make sure I reply your comment. So I'm going to search for note here, N-O-T-E, quickly. They show on my notepad, so I'm going to open my notepad. So with Windows 10, Windows 11, they are going to be slightly different. So the first thing I'm going to do after opening my notepad, I'm going to save this file. I'm going to save this file into the folder that we created just now. So I'm going to do it manually. Come to file up here and go to save. The shortcut key for that is Control X. That's something that everyone watching the video should have idea on, I think, or tip or tricks on. So I'm going to save this file as first.html. So the .html is actually going to be our file extension. So I put first and then I say .html. Okay, so first.html is the file extension. It's actually the file extension that enable HTML, our file, in the browser to be able to communicate well. In other words, it helps the browser to be able to read the file. Okay, that's the file extension for a browser to be able to read the file. So I'm going to save this into our folder that we just created. Remember, we created a folder on the desktop. This is the folder HTML 001. So we open it up and then we click on save here. That's it. So if you see here in the title section of our notepad, you see first there, you won't see the file extension because that is actually being embedded or kept somewhere else that you cannot just see. So before writing any line of code, I'm just going to zoom this window and open the window much bigger so that you can be able to see whatsoever thing that I do here. So our first line of code we are going to be writing, we are going to be taking into consideration the doctype, referencing the version of HTML that we're actually using. Okay, so the first code we are going to be writing, remember, like I said, HTML is actually a hypertext markup language. If you go into the description, you're going to see it there. Okay, you're going to read some other blog stuffs and get more understanding. So being a hypertext markup language, HTML have a sense of obeying markup instruction, which is it have an opening and a closing tag. So using greater than and less than, you can identify a tag with either a closing or opening tag. Okay, so we're going to write our doctype first. So say DOCTYPE. So the doctype and say HTML. So now with this, we are just saying that we are using HTML version 5. That's just it. So the next thing we're going to put our root tag, which is HTML. That's the root tag, and then we're going to close it. So to close it, we'll come down and say HTML backslash HTML. So one difference between an opening tag and a close tag. Okay, so you will see the slash here, the backslash. It is not in the opening tags, but it is in the closing tag. So that shows you the difference between an opening tag and a closing tag. The next thing we are going to do, we're going to take on the head, our HTML head tag. Okay, so this is our HTML head tag. Within here, this is where we put our title, links, and so forth. But as we go further, you guys going to understand. This is our lesson 1. Okay, so in the head section, we are going to create the title, and in the title here, we will be showing you in the video what the title can actually do. Okay, so under our head section here, we're going to create the body tag. The body tag is where all of your HTML, component or images, text, and so forth, links can be displayed. Within the body tag is where people see all of those things that you have on your web page. Okay, so we come down here quickly, and then within our body tag, before writing anything, this is just our HTML body plate. Okay, there's our HTML body plate. For the video, if you won't take anything, please try and understand this body plate and know it to your fingertip, that if image is sleeping, when wake you up, you'll be able to say something about this, because this is just the foundation, this is the structure of an HTML document of our web page. Okay, so we're going to save it. I'll do it manually, file, and go to save. Okay, so we're going to head over to our folder and open it. Okay, if we head over to our folder, you're going to notice something. What you will notice is that you'll find out that instead of it being a file icon to what we created, it will be actually a browser icon on it. So notice the browser. Okay, so I head over to desktop, our HTML001. When we open it, you see first here have a browser icon to it. The browser icon we have to it currently is actually our Microsoft Edge browser, because that is our default browser on the computer. For your computer base, what browser you have as default browser, maybe Chrome, Firefox, or so on. Okay, so we're going to open this. When we open it, it's going to open as a web page into the browser. So now here we are. It open as a web page into the browser. So you see here, first.html. This is what we have in our browser, first.html. And in the URL here, you can see we are on the C drive. We are using user code with underscore tech, the desktop. We have HTML001, and the file that we are in is actually first.html. That's it. So on your desktop, you'll find your username different and so forth, based on the drive that you're using, what is it, C drive, D drive, or so forth. So coming down now, we are going to be writing our first code, because in our browser here, we cannot see anything at all. So we'll write our first code for now. So we'll come back to the Notepad. We are using Notepad as our code editor. Just a hint that you know, we are using Notepad as our code editor. There are lots of code editor out there. They have Visual Studio Code, they have Sublime Text, they have in Notepad plus plus, they have in CodeBlocks, they have lots of things out there, to be honest. So they have atoms and so forth. So but for now, on this beginner course, we will be using Notepad, because Notepad cannot replicate a tag for you. Okay, so our first tag going to be our H1 tag, which is our heading 1 tag. So our H1 tag, we open it and close the two tag, and then we come in the middle. So whatsoever you put in the middle of the tag is actually going to be, let me give more space to this so that you can see what we are done. Okay, so in our H1 tag, whatever we put there is what are going to be displayed. Okay, so we're going to say hello, HELLO word. Okay, we say hello word, and then we save it. Understand that whenever you commit or make any changes to the to the work you are to your file. You have to save it before going to open it into the browser. So we saved it just now. So we're going to open it into the browser quickly. So refresh our browser, and then we see hello world is here. Okay, hello world is here. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, we're going to give our web page a title. Right after giving it a title, and then we wrap up this video. Okay, so giving our web page a title, we come here and say first, FIRST, first.com. Okay, we save it like this, first.com. I'm just messing around with .com. Okay, so guys, we're going to save it down here, save it again in our title. Here, there's our title, first.com, and then we open our web browser. When we refresh our web browser, this is what we're going to have up here, first.com is going to be up here as our file. So guys, this is our first lesson for HTML basically. If you didn't get anything, try your best at least to go over the video over and over, or you can just comment and then I will see what I can do to help us straighten everything. Okay, so thank you very much. One more, you are with Code with Tech. Stay.